Greetings, YouTube. The Onion really should just roll up the mat and close their doors and cease to exist because we don't need them anymore. There was recently a promotional campaign put out by KFC aimed at the Jewish community in celebration of Kristallnacht. Now, for those that don't know what Kristallnacht is, when the Nazis came to power, they did not immediately open up the camps and start murdering Jews. That took a while. They ramped it up by campaigns of discrimination, of stripping them of their legal rights, their civil liberties and their human rights, a little bit at a time. And there was one particular day where it got particularly egregious, and the Nazi thugs literally picked up stones and threw them through the shop windows of Jewish people. That's where the term comes from. The shattered glass of those windows, of those shop doors. That's the Kristallnacht that KFC decided would make a really good campaign model. Now, I know that historically most Americans are completely ignorant of history, particularly European history. But we do have a love of World War II because it was a good war, when we rose up and fought the fascists. Because remember that in the 1940s in Europe, the United States government were all Antifa, every single last one of them. Captain America's Antifa. Remember that. Okay? Antifa just means anti-fascist. And if you oppose Antifa, you support fascism. So if you're thinking about speaking out against Antifa, yeah, don't. What you're doing is labeling yourself as someone that likes fascism. And KFC just tried to celebrate a night of terror that Jewish people had to survive as the Nazis slowly began to get that death machine rolling that eventually put them into ghettos and eventually into death camps. And remember, the Nazis actually gave Europe and America the opportunity to take the Jewish people out of Germany, because that was also one of the plans, to just move the Jewish people away. But nobody wanted them. They didn't take them. And so then the Nazis came up with the final solution. They'd just exterminate them, along with millions of other people, along gender and sexuality and ethnic lines, as well as genetic imperfections, things like that. But Kristallnacht is not a night to celebrate. It is a night to remember those that survived and were able to someday have children, their children and their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren. They should celebrate that in the sense that it's a day of remembrance. But it's not a day for selling chicken. Yeah. Way to go, marketing department of KFC. You've hit a new low.